What's up, everybody? This is Danny Arujo from Get Fit with Danny A, and I have my guest here, Raphael Xavier. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you so much for coming on. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Raphael Xavier is my name. I'm an artist out of Philadelphia, and I'm a performing artist. I do a lot of things in general. My main job is I'm a dance performer, dance theater performer. I teach Princeton University hip hop dance, and for fun, I ride BMX bikes too. So I try to stay as active as possible.
Yes, I love that. I love that. And you've been doing that all your life, right?
Yeah, I have, man. It'll be 40 years this year. I've been breaking, and I've been on a bicycle since I was a kid, man. As far back as I can remember, maybe 6 years old. Without training wheels, I learned how to ride, actually, man. And that's it. Couldn't keep me off a bike.
Very good, very good. What were some of the frustrations and problems you were having with your diet and your fitness before you started working with me?
Well, as a performer, I was always on the road a lot, right? So I was eating when I could. Sometimes I didn't eat at all. I get up in the morning, I go to the theater, I go to the studio. I might grab an apple or something. I run through rehearsals or something for 4 hours straight, and then go grab a bag of potato chips, some crackers, one of those juices or something, those Odwalla juices, and then I'd go and I practice for 4 more hours. And then I go on the way home, I'm hungry. So I stop at Popeyes and I get a 6-piece chicken wing with some biscuit and mashed potatoes. And then by the time I eat that, I need a cookie or a cake. And so then my whole day's ruined. And this happens for weeks at a time, barely getting to the gym.
I get that. All right, so I'm sure you know that there are a lot of health and fitness professionals out there. What made you select me? Like why'd you pick me?
Well, I mean, I've known you for a while since I was in California, right? We went to acting class together, and I remember you were a trainer then. You were in the gym heavy then, and I think one time I wanted to get my body back together because I was coming off of a spine injury, so I hadn't trained, I hadn't done any weights at all, and I was really feeling physically um, um, uninspired, and mentally I wasn't there either. And so if you remember, I went to your gym that one time, and I wanted you to work out with me, and you gave me some assessments and stuff and was like, yo, here's what you need to do. And so I was like, cool, I got a quick membership here. And then I started working again. But I knew you knew what you were talking about from the first time we met. And I
Got it.
was like, yo, I see it, and you're still in the fitness. This was we met in 2007. We started hanging out 2008. And so now your fitness thing has grown. It wasn't this kind of like fly by night. I'm hoping to pick up some clients because I go to the gym thing you were doing. You actually cultivated this kind of lifestyle of helping people get themselves together physically. And so I was like, well, he's still doing it. I know he knows more now, and he's a friend of mine, so I got to trust him. So let's see what happens.
15 years, man. 15
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Um, what were the first frustrations and problems you solved once you started working with me?
Well, the first thing was eating consistently, right? And forcing myself to eat what I was supposed to eat. Get all the numbers together, what my protein intake was like, make sure I had some breakfast in me, make sure I hit the gym, I ate again. So I wasn't like fatigued or tired. So that was the first thing I I immediately knew was gonna be beneficial to me.
Got it. Got it. And how long into the program did you realize that, like, hey, man, this is really working? How long did it take you to realize
It's
that?
probably a month. It probably took me a month because
Okay.
I had to get over eating every day like that. I don't eat like that. So I felt like it was too much food. I felt like it was unnecessarily eating. I'm an inside person, so I felt like my kidneys was filtering too much food. It wasn't right. It didn't sit with me right. But then a month in, after I was eating consistently and I was going to the gym, and I started feeling like, yo, I think I broke that consistent barrier. Like you have to do something over a period of time before you realize, oh, this is working. And now if I don't do it, I'm going to miss a day. I'm going to feel bad. So it took about a month for me to feel like now I have to get the machine going. I have to get this thing running and ride this momentum out as long as possible. And not to mention, I was getting compliments from random people in the Whole
I
Foods,
love it.
right? Guys, girls, the people who worked there, they were telling me, how great I looked and it felt pretty good, man. So, you get that kind of ego boost and it's like, yo, let's make it happen.
So tell me, what was your initial reaction when I told you that you needed to have more food? You needed to eat more food in order for you to lose weight and get more lean.
Yeah, my first reaction was like, nah, no way. I know my body and I can't eat more than what I'm eating now because you get a stomach and it's just too much food 4 times a day, every 3 hours, every 4 hours. Is way too much food, man. And so I realized though I had to get by the hard part of getting over was I had to find the time to eat, right?
Got it.
I had to find the times. I was forced to find the times to eat. And so when I would do that, it consciously I thought about, wow, I gotta take a break. This is the break I needed. I thought about what I was eating. I worked again. I was like, yo, it's time to eat again. And then I go and think about what am I going to eat? I have to eat the right thing. So after getting over the shock of eating so much, because I don't eat like that, it started to be clear to me like, yo, this is very beneficial and I need to do this because I'm focusing on what I'm eating and how I'm eating it and when I'm eating it. So it gave me breaks that I needed during the day instead of running myself ragged. And I was forced to sit down and focus on eating and taking those much needed breaks. But the shock was just, eating way too much food than I'm usually eating.
3 times more meals, and you ended up weighing the same, but were leaner and had more energy and got stronger.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
exactly.
When we met, I was 178. Now I'm like 5'9", 178 pounds, but when you see me, you're like, yo, where is it? I don't see it. So I always felt I could weigh at least 165, 170. So eating more and going to the gym and working out, and I don't do any cardio other than ride my bike or practice like dance or performing, and I'm down to 172, I think, 172, 173. And I don't have a gut. I don't have that gut I had before. So eating more consistently actually helped me lose weight, slim down, give me more energy, and I got like 3-pack now, so I'm good. I'm on my way to a 6-pack.
There we go. There we go. Now, I know you're working out more than normal because I gave you some extra days per week. But if you were to stick to a 4-day workout schedule per week and having your 4 meals, do you consider this sustainable? Is it very sustainable or is it practical?
Yeah, it's definitely practical. I'm not sure. For me, I'm not sure if it's sustainable because my schedule, my work schedule. Sometimes I'm in the theater 12 hours a day, and I may not be able to go out and eat. But again, it's going to force me to find those moments where I need to like, yo, I got to take a break. Let me go get something to eat. Or they got Grubhub now, right? They
Yeah.
got all these food deliveries. So really, it's no excuse. I can also pack my stuff, take it with me. There's really no excuse. So it's it's sustainable. Forget what I just said. It's absolutely sustainable and it's practical. You got to want to do it though. You got to want to do it. And I think after you see the results and you know your potential for what can happen over long term period, man, it's cool.
So, what would you say to someone who's on the fence about joining my coaching program and working with me? What would you say?
You got to trust it. You have to trust it. Otherwise, you're not going to find out. Now, the thing about that is everybody's different, of course. Every body type is different. Your genetics are different. But you have to give it a chance. You're not going to find out anything unless you do it. And if you're looking for something that's going to happen in 2, 3 months, that depends on you, but give it time. I would say give it at least 6 months, depending on your body type. For me, I was lucky because I was already physical and my mindset was in that place of like, let's make it happen. So it worked in a month, and in 2 months I was really solid. And it's been 2 months now, right? It's about two
Yeah,
months now.
come on.
We're going into the third month. And so I'm
Yeah.
still ready to go. I'm still gonna go. And I've been fortunate enough to have the genetics that I have, and that's what I'm working with. But you got to give it a chance, man. You got to give it a chance. if nothing else, trust the fact that it gets you in a place of eating consistently, thinking about what you're putting in your body, the time you need to break during the day, to just take a moment. If we're not taking naps every day, take that moment to sit down and eat. Take care of what you put in your body and recognize it.
I love it, man. I love it. Okay, man. I'm good.
Work.
Thank you for your time, and